Hi, my name is Riley, and this is my response video number 3 to the GSUSA uh, girl Taylor, who is calling for a YouTube video boycott on Girl Scout cookies due to the fact that Girl Scouts of America have openly and honestly admitted that they do have a policy that includes the inclusion of transgender girls into Girl Scout troops. The girl who made this video calling for the boycott of Girl Scout cookies was named Taylor, and she was a teen girl calling for a boycott on Girl Scout cookies due to the fact that Girl Scouts allows trans girls, and saying her reasoning for calling for this boycott was that the Girl Scouts have taught her to be open and fair and honest and to change things that she sees wrong in the world, and used the Girl Scouts as her argument platform for basically imposing discrimination and hate, which was very confusing to me because, to my knowledge, that's not what Girl Scouts was ever supposed to be about. Um, from my own recollection, I actually used to be a brownie, which was like the pre-Girl Scouts back in the day. Um, so I looked up a little bit of research on Girl Scouts, and one of the Girl Scout laws is I will do my best to be honest and fair. How are the Girl Scouts not being honest and fair? By openly and honestly admitting that they include trans girls. And how are they not being fair? By being inclusive and accepting diversity. I think they got that one down pretty well. Um, Also, in the Girl Scout law, friendly and helpful. How is making a video that calls for shutting someone out because they're not just like you being friendly or helpful? Another part of the Girl Scout law, to be considerate and caring. How is discriminating against a trans girl or a trans boy or anyone, for that matter, being considerate or caring? How is further alienating a trans person in society more than they already have been being considerate and caring? Another part of the Girl Scout law is to be courageous and strong. I think this is where you really need some trans girls in your troop. Have you ever seen a more courageous or strong person than a trans person? Somebody just trying to live their life in a society that does not understand them and does not often give them fair treatment. If anything, they are bullied, they are discriminated against, and sometimes they're even assaulted. So I think if you really want a model of what this Girl Scout law is about, maybe you should include some trans people in it. Also, part of the Girl Scout law is to respect myself and others. How is shutting out a trans girl or a trans boy respecting them? How is not allowing them the same opportunities as you have not showing them respect? Also, part of the Girl Scout law is to respect authority. If the leader of that organization has implemented a policy to include trans people, shouldn't you respect her authority that maybe she might know a little more than you? Also, to use resources wisely. Resources like the internet and YouTube are not platforms to promote hate. That, in my opinion, that's not using social media very wisely. Also, to make the world a better place. Don't you think the world would be a better place when we included people, celebrated diversity, and encouraged love and acceptance and equal rights for everyone? Also, the last line of the Girl Scout law is to be a sister to every Girl Scout. That includes trans girls. Also, I wanted to add, in addition to this, that it's really a shame when parents' bigotry and sexism and pretentiousness and ignorance on trans issues gets passed down to their children to be their pawn. In addition to that, I also wanted to mention that these aren't boys who want to be girls. These are girls who are girls that are in a boy's body. That's it. They're not trying to invalidate your space. They're not trying to make you alter your own behavior. They just want to feel included for who they are, just as much as you want to be included for who you are. Taylor, I think you have it all wrong. And if anything, you should be looking up to those trans girls as your role model, because they understand what being honest, fair, caring, considerate, courageous, and strong is really about. If you want somebody to show you the way, look towards them, don't shut them out. And I say this from the perspective of being a trans person myself. I'm female to male, and I think I implement more of those characteristics in your Girl Scout law every day than I see most people do. Um, I think you really need to step back and take a look at what you're doing. And when you go and you disable comments on your video and ratings on your video, you're only making yourself look more guilty for the things you said, because you know they're wrong and you know you're going to get backlash. And when you don't allow others the freedom of speech, which people are supposed to have, you don't make yourself look good. You only make yourself look like a bully who's got up on a soapbox and made a rant that you weren't prepared for the responses to.